Yo, I'm Dub Flow,
This Gorilla J.
and we're the Egan's Rats, and you're listening to I Said What I Said.
Bitch.
Bitch. Rats. Rats.
Keep talking that shit and I'll show you something. Act like you in it and ain't secure nothing. Claim that you know me but act like I'm perfect. Keep talking that shit and I'll show you something. Act like you in it and ain't secure nothing. Claim that you know me but act like I'm perfect. But I'll show you something.
Check it. Check the way I flow. Flying over hills and landing where it's low. The clouds are too high, cloud nine's where I be. Sometimes when I rhyme, I pretend I'm not me. Can I kick a little something for these kids and show them how we used to put together sentences instead of a spread of recklessness? Fight the wickedness from these ignorant messages. Don't dumb it down, clown around the straight plummet. The words you rehearse can send a surge to their stomachs. Avert the skeptics, invert the septic, rhyming into a more poetic set list. Please take a moment to breathe in the presence. Use all your senses, relieve all the tenseness. Start living life as it's more than just seconds, and your time on earth to feel a little more precious. Just check
Talking that
it.
shit and I'll show you something. Act like you in it and ain't secure nothing. Claim that you know me but act like I'm perfect. Keep talking that shit and I'll show you something. Act like you in it and ain't secure nothing. Claim that you know me but act like I'm perfect. But I'll show you
In the
something.
deepest, darkest parts of the abyss, I found a piece of paper clenched in a cold fist, uncrumbled it and wrote upon it ignorance bliss. Better to love than lost, and I lost the thought of the kiss. Imagination of man lives on in the heart of kids. I reply with Cali, I respond with whose heart is this? Keep rapping to the beat just for your laughter, showing love in the show me stage. Show enough, so who the master? Whether it comes to rap or rock, he knows I keeps it high. Ended up with a whole team of immortal thoughts and demigod squad. If you don't kneel before me, you kneel before Zod. Known to stack my cards even and play against the odds. Catapult in my pocket to burn your castle to the ground. Look what I found, another rapper on a silver platter with an apple in his mouth. Stick a fork in a cipher to show you what this asshole's about. The flow is on cloud 9, living life on 9 clouds.
Talking that shit and I'll show you something. Act like you in it and ain't secure nothing. Claim that you know me but act like I'm perfect. Keep talking that shit and I'll show you something. Act like you in it and ain't secure nothing. Claim that you know me but act like I'm perfect. But I'll show you something.
Hi, I'm Mr. Dope at Rhyming. Also the kind of guy that say I'm on a diet even though I'm lying. I ain't perfect, but you know I'm trying. Out here rhyming like Bodine and grinding like I'm Steve O'Brien. Don't ask me why I'm so defiant. I am like a giant vibing with the Mayans in the Guatemala Highlands, sacrificing any rapper that might be doper than I am. Dissect him with Bill Nye and break rap down to a science. Heads up, I'm not a bed set. So keep on sleeping on me and I'll give you permanent bed rest. I get it, I'm not the one that you should let in, cause once I'm in your house I'll probably clear it out like ahem. Y'all are really getting friendly with the word icon. So here's my top 10 so you can see the shit that I'm on. Nas Tech, MJ, 5'9", and Dylon. Dylon, and Dylon. Yo, welcome back to the I Said What I Said podcast. This is ATG and Brad, it's your turn.
Oh. I'm Brad.
I'm John. We
And,
got a full house.
We got a full motherfucking house today. We got a lot of guests. We got Dub Flow and Gorilla J, Egan's Rats.
What up?
Yo.
And also, we got Smiley Boy in the building.
Hey.
What's good?
Yo, I'm going to ask y'all this.
I'm
gonna ask y'all this on here.
Oh, Smiley, how you doing today?
I meant to ask y'all before we started recording, but do y'all got like any tracks that I can play on this episode?
We got mixtape tracks. And
Mixtape track? I'll take whatever I can get.
You can play the mixtape.
I mean, I got some stuff. I mean, it's
Larry's got a lot of music.
not finished,
Not finished yet?
but I have licenses, so like we're not gonna get flagged for it or nothing like that.
Yeah. I mean, I'll even take like whatever you got on Spotify and everything already. I know you got a couple up there.
Oh yeah, I got the licenses for.
But we'll introduce those at some point in this
Shit.
podcast, and then we'll go into them. Hell yeah! But fuck yeah! We all wrote down some questions for y'all MCs. If y'all don't know, I mean, y'all know who Egan's Rats is. Y'all know who Smiley Boy is. If you don't know, they're dope ass artists from here in St. Louis. I'm gonna
I'm
ask
dumb
some.
slow, man. I'm practically famous. around
He's
here.
practically famous, bro.
Practically famous.
Like legit.
I'm just here having a good time, guys. That's Gorilla J, if you didn't know.
I guess first thing is, I'll go ahead and crank out the first question. Y'all got some new music coming? We'll start with Smiley after you get your swig on.
As a matter of fact, I do.
Okay. You got some new music coming? You want to elaborate on that at all?
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you were coming with a follow-up question or anything.
Well, I do.
Yeah, I got a project coming out. It's gonna be an album. It's gonna be fucking long.
Okay.
I have a lot that's gonna be on there. I haven't got to the naming stage of the process yet, but I do have a lot of it done. I try to save that close to the end of before I pick a name for a project. So
Okay.
not sure what it's gonna be called yet, but early summerish.
Okay.
That's what I'm looking for as far as dropping it, and it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice. A lot of music on there. A lot, like probably north of 20.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn, son.
Okay.
Damn.
Okay. Going old school with it, man.
Well, we
People
should
don't do that shit no more.
You should have asked us first.
I ain't gonna Yeah.
We don't have anything close up to 20.
Hey,
9, 10, shit.
he did. What's the last thing you dropped? Was the Faded Reality, right?
Yeah, that mixtape Faded Reality. I still listen to it from time to time, but I don't know, man. My music, to me, once I get past the stage of creating, I just kind of leave it out there and try to focus on what I'm gonna make next with the little time that I have to focus on doing that in the first place.
I really like that song Elite that you got off of.
Elite?
Yeah.
Pretty good, man.
That's a banger.
That's what I want to ask. I want to ask, what's your favorite track off of Faded Reality?
My favorite track?
Yeah.
Oh man,
I know mine.
I would say my favorite track to like listen to would probably be No Rules. Just that beat to me was. I think we did that song really, really good justice. You know what I'm saying? Like the beat, the way it flows, the way it sounds in the car. Like I like to bop when I'm listening to music. I listen to some slow shit every once in a while, but rap, I wanna bop. You know what I'm saying? I wanna rock my head. So that one's probably my favorite. And then
What's your favorite song to perform?
my favorite song to perform right now is probably Wakanda, just because of the reception it gets when I do it.
Black on black on black on black on black.
Like, that's probably the one that gives you the best, like me, the best type of what's the word? Crowd interaction. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the response.
So that's why that would be my favorite to perform. Yeah.
What's that song called that you did that covers 5 on it? What's the track called?
Hell or Heaven.
Yeah,
it's called Hell or Heaven, or Heaven or Hell.
Dude, you performed. I forget which show it was at Pop. So, and I watched you perform that, and that was my favorite time I've ever seen you on stage, and I've seen you a handful of times. That was, oh man. Yeah,
that was pretty good, man. I practiced a little bit. I ain't gonna lie, because I normally don't sing that hook to that song. You know what I'm saying? When we first recorded, I wasn't singing the hook to that song. I kind of just chopped it up from Meek Mill's mixtape. I think it was Dream Chasers 3.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mill.
Yeah.
But
then I said, you gonna sing it, you gonna like it.
Yeah, my buddy Jeff convinced me to do it.
Because it still be singing crazy.
It sounded pretty good.
Trying to let other people sing on his tracks all the time. Like, nope.
Speaking of which, I need somebody to sing on this track that I'm doing.
Yeah, right.
Brad's got you. Brad's been working on it.
Brad over here ready, man.
He's been working on it.
I love that vote of confidence look. Right.
Instantly affirmative music.
Everything I do is synthesized, though.
I think I fuck with Old Me, probably the best on there. That's my favorite track. And then the one you got with Topic, god damn, man. I think
there was 2 with him on that one, I believe. I believe there was 2 songs.
Right. Which one am I talking? You know which one I'm talking
Uno and Other Side.
Other Side.
Number Uno.
That other side, though. That
you
other
know.
side, though. That other side's
That
killer,
other side, man.
Love that track, dude.
God damn, man.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's probably that one probably tied with me for both of those. Just have that beat, man. Like I like that style of beat. That's probably
It's catchy
my favorite
too,
lane.
Man. That hook is super catchy.
Right.
We do not play with the other side.
Yeah.
Play with the other side.
Yeah, hey, shit, just have me sing for you.
Will you?
All right, what about your Egan's Rats? What y'all got some new music coming?
Yeah, man. We got a full album coming. 9+ songs.
Somewhere north of 9 songs.
Somewhere north of somewhere probably about 1 song north of 9.
Let's just call it 10, you know.
Rock song south of 11.
In the middle, 10.5. We got a couple outros on there. It's kind of extended. There's some music in there, you know.
There's like about 15 minutes of blank space on there. You try to fill it out.
We do a couple oohs, you know.
Hell yeah.
Actually, like 2 of the tracks are just us listening to Smiley's album.
Kinda.
So we got, you know,
Hey, I like this part, yo.
we got the album coming, man. It's done. We got the waves, and we're just pretty much getting the legality stuff in there. We wanted it out late February. We're obviously late again, so you know, just be expecting it soon, real soon. Be dropping that single real soon.
Right.
October of 2022.
Next question.
Yeah. What do y'all do? Do y'all perform in solo or in a group?
What do y'all like
I know
better?
y'all have all been in a group together and done stuff together. What do you like doing more?
I mean, I personally prefer a group just because that way I can have a breather.
I mean, it's okay. You don't have to say that just because Jeff's sitting next to you.
Here we go. Oh, hell no. You want to go get that, Brad?
Turn the mics down. I feel the yelling coming.
Here we go, Brad.
You can be honest with me.
Hey, dog. Hey, first of all, fuck you.
I guess what, yeah.
It was nothing like that.
You over here, decent rap over
There's
here.
so much animosity across this table.
Hey, y'all gonna
About
turn
to flip
everything
this
into something.
goddamn
I'm
game.
like, hey man, what's up? All right, man, you have a good night. Oh, have a good night.
Hey, you have a good night, bitch ass.
So yeah, I mean, you put it that way. Y'all like to perform alone. Just more room on stage. You know?
I got the mic set up to where we can hear all of you guys, and as soon as Brad started talking about that shit, Jeff grabs me.
Hold up.
I'm coming at you, Brad.
Hold the fucking phone.
I was not throwing.
I've been
shots
waiting in
or
cold
anything.
sweats this whole time to come on the fucking podcast and talk to you
Waiting
about
for the
this
text
bullshit.
message like, "When this motherfucker gonna call?"
Yeah.
Hey, what's funny is he was trying to clean it up on that episode too. We wouldn't let him.
Yeah.
He's like, that's not what I was saying.
But
Hey,
where
man,
y'all
you
came
said enough,
from.
Brad.
Cut that part out.
Yeah, that's what they did. They took some shit out of context and just, you know, that's like the local news.
Well, you signed up for it.
Yeah,
To answer your question,
Yeah,
I would
man.
probably say both, but for different reasons. Like, together you get more of a vibe, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can play off of what other people are doing or what they're saying. And solo, it's just it's more of a challenge, you know? Like, you gotta try to singularly keep everyone captivated, you know? They're all looking at you. So, both for different reasons.
What about you, Dub? As far as being like the hype, what do you have more fun doing? Like, do you have fun out there on the discrepancy stage, hyping, being the hype man? And I've seen you be the hype man for a lot of different stuff, and then now that you're doing your own thing, are you still coming out doing that?
Man, I really do.
Because I know people love that shit.
Right, I do enjoy being the hype man, dude, because it's like so little responsibility.
That's why I was like, which one's more fun? Because I can
Right.
definitely see that would be more
Yeah, I
fun
would
because there's no
definitely-
responsibility. As far
The
as,
hype man is way more fun with less responsibility. I just pretty much get to show up, party, yell at people, jump around, swing the nunchucks.
Right, and then
And
sign
then
shit
Yeah,
afterwards
yeah,
too.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. And I'm cool, yeah.
and then in the group, you've got Jeff yelling at you.
Right.
Here we go again, Brad. Don't make me grab this fucking mic again.
I'm just gonna have
I will
to hit
grab
you
this
across
mic
the
right
room.
now.
Right.
Yeah, I got him and Tracy in one area, you know.
No. I was just checking out y'all's shit on the YouTube, and no, that's.
The
I like
YouTube.
it because I went to y'all's first
YouTube.
shoot. I
The
went to y'all's
Walmart.
first
Just
show.
discovered the internet.
Yeah, I did.
He
I
just
just got
discovered
Facebook back.
You just got
I
double
bumped
digit.
it.
Yeah, you should see his right arm. It's ripped.
I got 10.
Oh, I bought the $2.99 Black Friday deal at Pornhub. the premium subscriber for life, man. $299. You ain't never gotta fucking watch a 5-second ad again.
Why are you sharing this late?
That's I caught it on Black Friday when I was like, man, I really hate these 5-second
I'm black.
ads.
All of my Fridays are Black Friday.
right. Black Monday, Black Tuesday.
So we can't even say black now.
Black on black. That's my week.
Shit, I wish they had 5-second ads during real sex, then maybe I'd last more than 2 minutes.
Oh, God, dude. Hey, I just imagine that, man. You just like hitting it from the back and somebody just pops in their head and just like, hey, subscription for $3.99.
Do you like Febreze?
You over there trying to exit it? We got lotion all over your fucking face. I just want to watch my sister.
Hey. Oh, man.
Oh, now it's too far?
That's always too far.
Other not related to me, sir.
Right?
That's all important.
We had to wait for you to stop.
Watch it without fucking seeing some of that shit.
We had to wait for you to stop ranting about meth to turn the damn mics on.
And
And now you want to go ahead.
I feel a lot better now when the comments coming from this guy.
In his defense,
You know what I'm
a lot of
saying?
those titles do include some nasty
Yeah, man.
shit.
I was talking about that with the band the other day. I was like, what the
You
fuck
gotta
is wrong-
scroll through
What
some
is
shit
wrong
to be
with
like,
Pornhub right
before
now?
you get to some like actual,
What's
you know,
wrong with the viewers?
Yeah, I
That's what
guess
I wanna
so.
see.
you know the way to go is just go look at bush porn, chicks with bushes, because you know it's usually from the 80s and shit. You know that's just strictly
Retro.
missionary.
No.
You know, flat
Yeah,
white
no.
girls.
Emphatically, no.
Right, fuck around and see your auntie.
They didn't have HD in the 80s,
He said
goddamn.
they didn't have HD. I got my shit in 4K, bitch.
I needed it in 4K. Why else would I have a
I can
4K
see-
phone?
I can see white head on the
Come on.
Said this new Jumanji movie looks fire.
Yeah.
You go ahead. You can do the next question. John.
It's gonna be one of y'all's because
I mean, one of my. Yeah, go for it.
Dub Flow. What's your favorite comic book?
Oh man.
Oh,
shit. That's hard, dude.
And after that,
That's
is that
so
something you're into
rough.
too? Yeah.
Like, is like my
Don't forget
favorite
about John.
line of comic books,
You
or like
check
my
out
favorite
comic
one
books?
in
I
the
want you to
bit.
pick.
I'm
one-
not, I'm not crazy like what's about to happen over here. So.
I've done open mic at the comic book store.
Oh, that's dope.
But that's about as far as my comic books.
That is so rough, man. Like,
Oh, I'm sorry. We'll move on.
I'm over here like.
He's all
That's what I
sweating and
said.
shit over here.
Yeah, I know. Like
Well,
my
I don't wanna
palms are like
fucking-
lost.
You know,
I'm sweating.
That's
Of
not what I
all
can answer.
time.
I've got a Reddit thread where
I'm like, should I say Ninja Turtles? What if Kevin Eastman's listening to this podcast?
Of all the questions we stopped.
Hey,
with
I'll help you
comic
out.
books.
He's not. He's not.
If you want, you can adjust it to what you want. Favorite line of comic books. That's cool.
Oh man. All right.
Ninja Turtles 392.
I think you just insulted the comic book land. Everyone's like, what
That's
the
why I didn't say anything. What do you mean? I'm over here silent.
That's a very committed group that we're.
I just waited for him to turn out to
All right,
cartoons.
man. I guess. All right. My favorite run would probably have to be, and I'm probably gonna get flagged for this, but I like the old 1990s Cap Wolves, man. And I actually have 1 through 6 of those. So Captain America gets turned into a werewolf. Wolverine's in it. They redid them recently, but I got the original 1990 runs, 1 through 6, Cap Wolf, man. Those are probably Cap Wolf, man. Where Captain America gets turned into a werewolf, and that's probably my favorite little run, man. It's oddball, it's off the wall. A lot of people hated it in the artwork. I love it. Hey, we've been drinking a little bit. He's out here feeding me beers, man.
I don't think I can ask Jeff that because he's just been staring at Brad this whole time.
I know I'm over here hot and shit. Like, yeah, why?
Man, he took his jacket off and everything. I said, "What are you doing over there, man?"
His eyebrows keep getting closer and closer to his eyeballs. He's just looking through his eyebrow right
Hey,
now.
he said, Jeff, what's your favorite comic book line? He said, Death of the Silver Surfer.
That's the death of Superman. Come on now.
He looked Brad right in his eye. Slammed his beer.
That's actually a good one though. But I don't know. If I had to choose, it would probably be some of the later Batman ones, of course, like The Killing Joke or Return of the Dark Knight.
Killing Joke, yeah.
One of those later where he was old, you know.
I really like those, the metal runs, too, with, like, the alternate Batmans, like the Batman Who Laughs and stuff. That was a really cool run.
I haven't been into all of them. I did recently start on the what's it called?
I'm not gonna lie, man. I watched them on Comic Story, and I didn't go cop them and read them.
Oh yeah, I read.
I don't know the full story, but I know the sub.
So what does y'all's
summary.
guys, each one of you, answer? What is y'all's like? How do y'all write? Like, what is y'all's each process? Like, I know everybody's got a different one. I know I'm probably different than the way John develops his material. How do you guys each write? Where's your creative space? How do you get into your creative?
Well, Dub's in his
mindset?
head over there. It takes about like 3 steps back and forth, about 15 minutes. And
I
then,
am a pacer. I'm a pacer, and I do write a lot in my head. My thing these days is usually just putting on the beat. And, like, once I get, like, those first couple bars, like, I just repeat them in my head till I have them, and then I just add and I stack, and that's how I don't write. Because people are like, oh, well, how do you remember it? It's like, I just spit those 4 bars in my head about 200-300 fucking times. So it's ingrained in there now, trust me. Like, I'll know that shit tomorrow better than I know it right now. So
And it actually
I
helps
usually just
me.
write in my head, man, just piece it on as I go. Sometimes I'll have, like, that one line I want later in, and I'll fill in between that. But I mean, I'm usually writing as I go, just in my head.
You're like the rapping Rain Man.
Yeah.
That's-
I'm just all memory.
You may not want to, agree with that. You may want to take that more of a thanks, man. You sound a little cocky.
Yeah, I am actually. I'm human, so
That's awesome because
I actually write. I'm human,
Red's
so
trying
I can't
to shed off the beat
do
to
all that.
something else.
Yeah.
we go ahead and make enemies with everybody. in the
He said that sounds pretty cocky. I just over here shrug. I'm like, yeah, I guess so. Jump over here throwing his fist in his head. That's it.
It's over.
I knew he was gonna say something else out of pocket.
It's coming. We're waiting on him. It's coming.
So you guys, you don't write at all. You're saying basically.
I write, but I just write in my head. Like I haven't picked up pencil.
Stop,
paper
he
in a
lying.
hot
He
minute.
don't write at all,
Okay.
man.
Nope.
This, but I'll ask him to do a verse for me, and he'll like record it and all that shit, and then I'll need it because like I have to put the lyrics online, like
Transcribe it.
yeah, you know what I'm saying, and I'll be like, hey man, you gotta write that. He's like, God damn it.
Yeah, it sucks, man, 'cause I didn't write it in the
So now
first
you gotta go
place.
listen to your song.
Yeah. I gotta be like, exactly what word did I say there?
All
Like,
right, what about you, Jeff? How do you? What is your?
But that like what he does, he'll sit there and pace back and forth, and especially through the rats and stuff like that. That helps me with my writing process because then I'll be hearing him kind of like piece together a song or something like that, and I'll be sitting in my phone in my Evernote. You know what I'm saying, the app on there, and then just sitting there, you know what I'm saying, going around, and when I hear him say something, maybe like it's just a sentence that pops off, and then that helps me with the chorus.
Gives you another
So
angle.
now I throw down the chorus, boom, I got the chorus, and then I can write a verse off of the chorus like it's nothing. You know what
So
I'm
you
saying?
can feed off of everybody
Yeah,
else's
exactly.
creativity
Super
and really get in. Okay.
he usually writes his shit before I write my shit for sure. Like we'll start at the same time. He'll have the hook and his shit done. And
Well, I
he'll be
might
like,
have the
he'll be
hook,
like, oh,
but
Doug's
still.
probably doing it over there, and I literally got
I've
that
actually
4
heard-
bars that I've been saying 200 times. Like,
I've actually heard someone else say that it takes a little while to get the tracks.
I definitely jump
Yeah.
into the recording.
yeah, for me for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not,
Because I remember back in the day.
Shout out to
when did you and
Seeker.
Dub doing something, ATG? And he's like, as soon as Dub sends me his fucking lyrics, I can put the shit together.
yeah, 6 months later.
Tonio's got like 30 more tracks ready to go.
I guess it's a little bit easier though, because I like when I halfway write a song, it's documented. He's got like 8 half-written songs in his brain like, that he has to filter through
Oh,
back.
wow, that's
All right,
gotta
let me
be-
see.
I do comedy and I have to go
Fuck
up with a
that.
notebook. Like,
My
you guys wanna hear it, bro?
my main thing, bro, is like remembering the first line. Like if I forget that first line, whole verse gone.
Yeah,
Just
man.
gone, dude.
But I showed you-
just picked out of my head by the gods, man.
I showed you my process. You saw it like
Right.
one of my shows I did, or well, I'll do it on paper usually, but one show I couldn't find no damn paper, so I wrote it on my fucking arm.
Yeah.
Like we
I've
had
been there.
brand new songs that we were performing. I don't know the words yet, but I know if I can get the first 2-3 words, then I got the whole verse. So what I do is I'll write down the set list, the song name, and then behind the song names I'll write the first 3 fucking words of each verse in the song, and then I'm golden.
That was clever, man.
You know what
That's
I
how I
mean?
have
Like,
to, that's how I do my shit.
Yeah, for me and Brad, well, at least me, set lists, you see comedy set lists, and it's like a grocery list of just weird words.
Yeah.
It'd be like
Rape,
whale
sodomy.
farts.
yeah,
And somebody else would look at that and be like, what the fuck is that? It's like, that's a whole fucking 3-minute bit for me.
Yeah, it's just bullet points. And
Yeah.
Don't lose your joke book at work.
Yeah. So people look at that and they go, what the fuck is this guy talking about, you know, Nazi babies? It's like, no, it's a lot better than you think.
And it's that's
It's actually really funny.
Yeah. You're like, I'm not going to see your show.
Well, I lost my joke book at a condo that I was building a retaining wall at, and it went through like 4 or 5 different people before it got back to me.
golly.
Yeah, and I can only imagine because it was an old folks' place. So,
Man.
I never want to go back to work there. I got a new job.
Damn. Hey, let's talk. All right, so.
Those old folks got a new browser history.
Yeah, you got something.
The inside, I guess the inside joke kind of we were talking about was on the last episode. Brad said that Jeff forgot his words at Heartbreakers or whatever, which is wild because we all have been. I don't think there's anybody at this table who hasn't forgotten.
Never.
Actually, yeah, Smiley, man, you usually pick my shit up.
I gotta pee though.
You gotta, but like we've done shows to where I'll completely forget my entire damn verse, and Smiley will have to go and rap the whole fucking verse, man. Like
Shit, mine is worse for put the wrong words, like, because I be trying to do a joke. And I put the word that doesn't belong. I said don't the other night at the Heavy Anchor. It ruined the whole joke. Nothing
And
made
you guys
sense.
don't have any music to come
No,
back on either.
it's just
Yeah,
like
you
you
kinda
gotta
drown
sit there
that
and
out.
deliver. You gotta give them the fucking setup and then deliver the punchline. And I didn't even realize I said don't, and don't makes it makes it just complete. No, doesn't make any sense at all. So no one laughed, and I was like, fuck, I was on a roll. I was just like, each one I was doing like one-liners, and it was just getting them the whole crowd to laugh. And that one would have, because I worked it another night and it fucking worked. And I watched my recording of myself that I took. It's like, no wonder no one fucking laughed. It's just stupid as fuck.
I've watched a lot of game tapes of myself effing up, like, man. But like Jeff said, man, I feel like it's a lot harder for y'all because y'all got like that one punchline. Everybody's watching, waiting for it. We have 2-3 minute punchlines drawn out over beats that we can fumble with. Like, I can just start freestyling. Half those people don't even fucking know. They don't know the song. You know what I'm saying? They're just like, yeah, bet. It looks like he's
done it before. Everybody out in the thing, I start freestyling and look at Antonio on my solo set.
Yeah, dude, I started rapping Antonio's verse one time.
Yeah, that shit was wild, man. That shit was wild. And that was a big ass crowd.
Right.
What was crazy is like
I just stopped and looked dead at him.
Right. Like I'm sitting over here on the side of the stage waiting for him to realize he's rapping the exact same verse I just did. Because I went first, and then his verse is second, and he just went in right into my shit. And I'm just like looking at him. When he realized, he turned around and looked at me and gave me that like this grin. And I was like, "Yep, nigga, that's my shit."
That was fire twice.
Did you finish the verse?
I think I picked it to like halfway, and then I picked it into like a freestyle.
Yeah, you start freestyling after that. Like, fuck it.
So what do y'all do when y'all take that stuff? Like, basically, what we were on is we were talking about the beginning, like when you left, you went back to Carolina, and you got picked up at Cypher.
Smiley, yeah.
And we was talking how that first night. We've already discussed this.
Brad, if you can't say it to his face, you might as well not have said it on
I'm here bubbling and shit over here.
You fucked up. You choked. You know, your first show ever. Come on. Like, I don't think anybody said it.
He said, come on.
God damn. Pressure was on you. No, but what did you do
God.
to make sure like that's never happened? Because I've been to a couple other
You
shows.
developed PTSD. That's what the fuck.
No, like you went from that to where you're at now, and like
What did you
Honestly, it did though. It did PTSD. Honestly, because Antonio knows it too. Because I'd say something to him all the time about it. You know, the cold sweats are real. You know what I'm saying? You wake up and think about it, and then you sit there, and what you do is it makes you want to practice every single day on every single rhyme. So it doesn't matter because a lot of Antonio stuff, he'll be like, "Hey man, you want to write this verse? Yes, tomorrow or whatever, or the day before," and then come and be like, "Hey, you want to perform that shit?" But then I'm on it.
I think that's
you know
easier though. Honestly, like I think it's easier to write something tonight and like get it down and perform it tomorrow than to write it tonight and then have to do it Saturday where I have a bunch of other shit I have to do in between writing it and performing it. Like the last show I did, a lot of that stuff I really had just got the day of the show, but it was fresh in my mind, so I only fucked up like one time. And a lot of the times I'll write phrases that rhyme with the next line, like the whole phrase, so I can just say the same shit twice and they don't know that I didn't write it like that. And then by the time I get to the third bar, it sounds like something new, but it's really I skipped that second bar completely.
That makes sense though. Now that I think about it, because I'll go to your shows, and you'll be outside straight up stressing, smoking a cigarette, going over the lines, going over the lines, and I'm
This
like,
dude had me stressing.
right? I'm like, Jeff, chill. Like, you got a 10-minute set.
Like,
Of
you
you
watch
chef-
yourself
all the time.
Yeah,
You,
like,
But
do
yeah.
you watch yourself and know now, like you still haven't gotten to the point to where you've seen what you can do and your everything that you're able to do now, and you see how good you are. You're still that nervous.
Yeah, 100%.
absolutely.
You should watch
100% every
yourself
single
and stop
time.
being so critical because
Every
you're not.
single time.
You know, at some point you got to realize you're not. You are somebody. You're
I
fucking
appreciate
decent.
that.
You're good. You know.
Decent. Yeah.
No, decent. I don't say that. It's
Decent. I'm a decent rapper. Thank you.
No,
man.
no.
I appreciate
I guess that's not a good word. You see
Hey,
where
just
you've
whoop
been.
his ass,
He
dog.
okay.
Fuck it, let's do
All right,
it.
Hey, no.
Hey.
I'll relate to Jeff, comedy wise, the PTSD thing. When me and Brad do something fucked up at a show, the drive home, you be sitting there cussing yourself out over the one word you said wrong or the one joke that you fucked up, and it's the same thing. Like it makes you better because you want to prepare yourself better.
I've watched that video probably 100
You're
times.
cringing at yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, 100%.
Yeah, I bombed it like twice really bad, and I make sure to watch it regularly.
I just had to find. We just had to find a balance. You know what I'm saying?
that's what I
Don't
said.
go overbound. Like you know what I'm saying. My first solo gig. You know what I'm saying. Like I went overbound, and then I'm like freaking out. You know what I'm saying about it. Like still have the nervousness in you, but then when you go up on stage, let it go.
That was
You know what I'm saying?
that was our bad too, man. Cause we wanted to make him act while he was rapping for his first time too. He's like, we were gonna bring you to life on
heartbeat?
stage, motherfucker.
You're adding a lot to him.
Yeah.
That's a lot of acting.
Yeah, he had a lot on his plate that night.
But that's.
I look back
We
at
was
it,
just
I'm like,
rapping.
I heard
We had this
somebody
motherfucker
that said
acting.
it to me. They said, "Well, you get that feeling, that butterflies. They're like, everybody gets it. Every comedian, every artist gets that before they go up." They said it's part of it. You know,
Yeah.
so you gotta. Somebody was like, you gotta learn to enjoy that part. You gotta make friends with that.
It's a drug, man.
Yeah, you gotta be able
It's
to
a
learn how to
natural
get
drug,
that
man.
as that
The best legal
dopamine
drug
that's
there ever
pushing it.
was.
Oh my God.
And
If
it's
it's-
self-fulfillment.
If it's
When
in
I
you,
finally got somebody to laugh, a crowd to laugh, I walked out that bitch like, I don't even need to do any more drugs tonight. I'm
Nope.
good. For about 10 minutes.
I need to smoke some weed to fall asleep. Man.
Damn.
Right.
Do some meth in the
Shit.
morning.
I still get
Gotta work.
I still get nervous before every show, absolutely. But I like, all right. So with the band shit,
I hear if you don't get nervous, if you don't have that, usually that's when you bomb. That's when you fucking, really.
Because you think your shit don't stink.
that's
yeah.
not
You
true.
go in
Either.
there.
That's not true either. Shut up,
No,
Brad.
yeah,
Like I'm telling you.
that confidence can work in your favor sometimes, but there's an arrogance to that confidence that can fuck you.
Oh, absolutely. I think if that arrogance,
see, I don't
if
even
it
call
shows
it
too much,
nerves, man. Like, I don't feel like I ever get nervous. I just
Care.
get anxious. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
the build up when you know you're about to go on in 30 minutes. I'm like, man, let's just do this now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
let's
yeah.
just do this
That's-
now.
The waiting
that's
around.
Yeah.
You know what anxious is? Isn't that the mixture of excitement and nervousness that's anxious?
I guess so.
Oh, I was
I
like
don't.
that.
I don't know Webster's
Last night, me and John
their-
did open
their
mic,
definition of
and
it.
there was
Probably,
a group
though.
of girls that came in that was
Oh
a
my
birthday
God.
party, and they had no couth whatsoever. They was loud as shit, had balloons and lights that were blinking, and
By
they're on
the
their
way-
phones, and they're like ruining people's like sets. Like people are getting off early, not doing their whole set time
This
and shit.
bitch comes to an open mic for a 42nd birthday with balloons and cake. She don't know nobody going to perform. What the fuck you doing celebrating your birthday at a fucking open mic where you don't know
Bucket
nobody?
night challenge.
You're,
It's like,
you're big
like-
4'2".
hey, what kind of friends is that?
What do you want to do for your birthday? Oh, I want to go ruin a bunch of people's nights.
I want
And they
all
were
the
talking,
comedians
they were
to shout out
loud,
my birthday,
and they were
please.
talking shit.
Pretty
Worse,
please.
dude.
And like it was
She
ruining
said, "I wanna
people's shit."
laugh."
So
She's like,
finally-
"Let's go. I know
that's
this
when I
bar
was
we
like,
can
you know
go
what? I'm
to."
gonna say some shit. And at that point, and you don't know when you're going up at that night because it's all they pull your name out of a bucket. And so every time I'm looking at dude, like, just send me up because I'm about to fucking go in on these
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah.
And I
That's what
started
would do.
to. I like really did. I started to. Like I walked over to him. I was like, "Are y'all gonna let me tell some fucking jokes? Can I tell some jokes?"
Oh no, don't do that, Brad.
Oh, no,
You're
that's
supposed
what
to
they
start
like. That's when they're all laughing and clapping and fucking.
Yeah,
it was.
they were.
Okay.
That's because everybody around that group was like,
Thinking the
shut
same
the
thing.
fuck up.
I had
you
said
know?
No,
Shut
just start
up.
flaming their ass. They'll leave. Just
Well,
start
that's
going
how I
in.
started to, and it ruined my whole.
They were
set, though,
masochists,
because I was
bro.
all
She's
hyper
42.
and
She
singing
came
it
there to
too
get
quick.
spanked. she wants you to tear into that ass.
But no,
Was that just part of being anxious, I guess?
Yeah, I was so anxious to get up there and to fucking go off
Put 'em
on
in
this
their
bitch.
place.
that like every time somebody was getting down, I was like, is it gonna be me? Can I go up there? Because I'm ready. I don't even want these bitches to leave now at this point.
Right.
I'm ready to go.
Not before I get to rip them.
There was a comic, Teal Pierce, he went up and they were still being fucking assholes. And he was acknowledged their birthday and he goes, yeah, my birthday's coming up and my wish was for you to shut the fuck up. And the crowd fucking lost it in the best way possible. Man, props to him.
They had to have felt this big at that point, or maybe they weren't. Maybe they could have been just too ignorant to even realize.
No, they didn't care.
Yeah,
I think to them they had a great time, and then all of the comics fucking hated themselves.
Yeah, I've seen some comics that are really good, just fucking not too good.
Crush under pressure.
Yeah, they just folded. That I know they're good. I know they're funny. And I know the jokes that they told were funny, and it was just like the other people talking. They couldn't. Nobody else could pay attention because it's so rude. Because you're trying to. A comedian's just. You got to hear the information, because if we break that shit down to is the short amount of words that we can to put it as quick as we can, but deliver as much information as we can, and then a punchline. So if you miss one little fucking word, you don't understand any of the joke, and it's not funny. Right. And so you got people over there fucking laughing and talking and oh yeah, what was she kept saying? Yeah.
Not all laughing at us.
Yeah,
it sounded like a Larry over here. You're so funny, birthday girls.
But yeah, that kind of shit made me anxious. Just like right there, just ready to get up and put the anxious feeling.
Dude, like the comic scene seems so like tight knit too, man, and like.
What do you mean by tight knit?
It seems like cliquish, like the hip hop scene.
It's not as bad as it used to be.
Dude, I remember. I think I was like.
And he says that because he's like king. Anywhere he goes, he's king. He's like, "Oh, John, what's up, John? How you doing, John?"
I wish we had video for that. No, when I first started, it was very. I felt like I was in high school because there's certain people that didn't talk to certain people and this and that, and I kind of. I'm not gonna take credit, but there's definitely like more of like a everybody respects everybody thing. Right. It might still be cliquey, but there's so many more people doing comedy and so many like people supporting each other that.
That's just an outside opinion, by the way. Too.
And I was saying like if you don't put your reps in the comedy world, then they don't get at you a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, man. I haven't been getting as many reps in lately as I want to, but.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
What are you saying? Am I not good at comedy anymore, John?
No. I'd say you need to put in more reps. No, I'm just kidding.
That's the same thing. Potato, tomato, Mr. Sir.
Right.
All right. Hold up. So, back on the like forgetting words and shit, just being nervous in general. I get nervous before every single show, for the most part. For some reason, the only thing that I don't get nervous before is festivals. If we're playing outside and it's a big ass crowd, I don't have an ounce of nervousness in me. I don't give a fuck. I don't know what it is, but those are the easiest fucking shows for me. Other than that, if we're indoors, I'm nervous as fuck before every set. But like as soon as the music hits, all that shit kind of goes away. And then being with a band too, like if I forget words, the band kind of drowns it out. Especially like if it's new shit that ain't nobody heard yet, then they don't know what the fuck. They ain't never heard the song anyway. They don't know how it's supposed to go, so I'll just make shit up. But like the shit that we've been doing for a long time, they know that shit now. You know what I'm saying? So they'll catch if I fuck up.
Talking about the crowd in this case?
Yeah, absolutely. And then or like let's say this is what I tell myself before every show though, when I'm really freaking the fuck out. Like, what did I come here for? Came here to put on the show. What the fuck did all these people come here for? They came here to have fun, have a good time. They want to get out. They've been working all week, whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? They're not there in our heads. We're like, they're going to fucking judge me, blah, blah, blah. No, they're here to just fucking have fun. They don't give a fuck. So as long as you show that on stage that you're having fun, even if you fuck up, laugh it off. You know what I'm saying? Who cares? Like, they don't give a shit.
That's exactly what it is. Like that when we do like little skits during, you know what I'm saying, the shows and stuff like that, and I'm yelling at him or running at him.
Dressing in them costumes.
Have fun with it. But the moment that you're like, the moment that you show that you're visibly upset, that energy goes throughout the whole fucking room.
When they say you visibly crumble on stage,
it's over. It's over. Yeah, it's over.
But that comes with them reps and that PTSD and shit.
Straight up.
I want to ask a question for the guests. I want to know what your best sets were and your worst sets were that you can remember. I don't care which one goes first.
That's tough, man.
Our most embarrassing moment on stage. I don't mean to take.
We are Jeff.
I was gonna say, you want to know mine? I mean, come on, man. Hombre.
Oh man.
Mine, I literally
Check episode 2.
I'll kick it off for y'all. One day, I had the wireless microphone. I literally started rapping with the microphone upside down. like legit. It was like, oh shit. Flipped it over real quick.
And they act like you didn't even miss.
It's like hundreds of people out in the crowd. I'm like, yeah, they saw that shit.
Oh, I got one.
What
This
you got?
this is probably a combination. So this was like the best show ever, but I also had my worst moment. Well, maybe not my worst moment, but the most laughable one to me. Early, and it was like a Halloween show. Actually, I think it was the first show that I did with Dub and Antonio.
Okay.
For Cypher.
At Pops?
Yeah, we were killing it. It was great. We had the
that
costumes and
Run DMC?
everything. And through How I Swag, I wanted to throw some money, right? Like, I wanted to throw a ball of money. And I tossed this wad of money, yo. It's all ones. And none of it separated. Like, one person just got the whole stack. Was like, oh, thank you. I saw him. As I was rapping, I was like, oh, that was...
Hey.
All right. Hey.
Man, I've been working so hard to get that stack to make
I
it
just
rain.
knew I was going to make it rain. And it was like one
all
snowball.
clocked together. Hey, what's crazy about that? Just a little backstory about that. How I Swag. Some other people did a song about swag earlier that night about swag or whatever. So me and Dub get together. We're like, hey, we gotta let Smiley know not to say the intro to that song because we don't want to think that nobody like that we're talking about them because what he's gonna say is in the song. So like, let's just scrap the intro. We forgot to tell him. Smiley gets on stage. He gets these motherfuckers out here talking about swag and shit. They ain't even on our level, old bitch ass motherfucker. They're like, I'm like, damn. Like,
Don't mess with us, we'll mess you up.
instant beef. Like, you go ahead, Doug. What's your most embarrassing?
Man, I'm trying to sit over here and think about like the best show I had. And I'm coming up blank, but embarrassing moments, I got like a ton. There was like that one time where I had the chucks in one hand and the microphone in the other.
Yeah.
And I started rapping into the chucks. And like I was like, cool, no one's seen it, right? But there was like that one dude in crowd, like, and he fucking did like the gesture. He was like, I see. I was like, fuck.
Make sure you never forget this.
It was like that last time I played with you at Blueberry Duck Room, and I just dropped my PBR on stage.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
Right?
Oh,
so like
shit.
everybody up there rapping, like I had to like walk up and be like, hey, Peanut, watch out, man! I dropped my beer over here.
My shoes is
Dude, and that stage is slick as fuck as is. So like dropping that beer was just like fucking catastrophic.
I think the worst one I had was doing a set, and I was holding the mic stand, and I caught myself fucking jerking it, looking like the jerk off. Because I was just nervous. It was like my third or fourth time up, and I'm like, fuck. And I'm like, I gotta stop doing this. They're gonna think I'm trying to send signals.
Oh, wait, you weren't?
I definitely made some money that night.
I used to have that problem, but I would finger where the microphone goes into, and it'd be like a nervous tick. I'd just be like, and then I realize it.
I always want to put my chin on that mic stand.
I might have to say probably best show might have been Grove Fest though. When we went to Grove Fest.
That was fun.
I got winded, but like with the energy of like the horns and just like the sheer amount of people, bro. Like outside, nighttime, party atmosphere, like. That was wild. I'd probably say that was probably my best go.
That was dope. What you got, Jeff?
I don't know. Maybe that mixtape release party. That was cool. That was one of the first. That was probably one of the first. You know what I'm saying? Real like crazy crowds that I was. You know what I'm saying? Not crazy crowd, but you know what I mean. Like
it was a crazy crowd.
Everybody was vibing. Pops.
That was a Pops.
Yeah.
Mixtape release party. Which one?
That was like. It wasn't a mixtape release.
That's the
party.
one
It
like at
was
the mosh
your
pit started.
album
Oh, it was your album release party. That's
Oh,
what
we
it
did
was.
Egan.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
That was the premiere of Egan's Rats.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Because somehow we got thrown on that show from people voting.
Yeah.
So we're like, we're not gonna do any shows, bro, until we get this music out. And
Yeah.
like fucking bam, show. And album's still on its way.
Yeah, man.
It ain't no 20 songs now, but
Just the crowd of it.
It might not be 20. Like
nice.
I might concise it
It
down.
better be
but
fucking 20. You
I
already
just-
said it.
throw some of
you
that shit
just
on.
fucking wrote a check your ass can't cash.
Oh, I have enough to make it plus 20. I just don't know if that's.
Look, hey man, don't circumcise yourself on our behalf, all right? Don't cut yourself short
Yeah, you
for
gotta
us.
make them
I mean,
That's somewhere north
from
of
a
about
strategic
9. So.
standpoint, it probably wouldn't be bad because like it's so. That's why it's hard for me to name it, but it's so kind of sporadic. You know, like the vibes to each song it's probably gonna be my least cohesive project ever. But I only got like 2, so.
That's the same issue I'm having. But yeah.
I don't mind it because people will just pick what they like. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
if one person just loves this one song and that's all they play, that's fine. You know, I don't want. I mean, I would love if you love every single song, but I know how realistic that is for somebody to just be like, oh my god, dude, every fucking track on here is my shit. You know, people are gonna find 1 or 2 that they really fuck with and jam those and throw it in their playlist with the 1 or 2 that they fuck with from your shit and the 1 or 2 that they fuck with from whoever else's shit. And
I
that's
disagree.
how the
When I
world
find
is.
an artist, I listen to him for a while, just the same album over.
I do
and
too.
over. And then,
But you're gonna
and then
find your
and
1
then
or
I get
2.
burnt out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's definitely got a couple
Yeah.
little, but it's usually I only find 1 or 2 that I don't want to listen to.
Right.
The rest of it, like, but that's because that's the kind of artist I look for. I look for an artist that can put out a whole album, and if they're 18 out of 20 of the tracks are dope, you know it's hard to find. So when you get artists that can do that,
That's an excellent question. Let's go around the table. What is the album that everybody's been banging mostly lately? Is that a question y'all can answer, or is that just Brad that's playing the same album over and over again? Because I do the same shit, and I've been listening. I'll get my first example. I've been it's really really old album, but I've been listening to Wu-Tang's first album, 36 Chambers, and oh my god, it's so fucking good, dude. 1993 still holds up, dude.
Yeah, that's
100%.
That's a bang. I don't know if I can say like I've been listening to an actual album lately though.
Yeah, I don't do that.
I've been consistent.
I will listen to a whole album through, but I normally only have like 2 or 3 that I'm like, oh yeah, those are my.
But like I
go-to.
know mine is like Granada just released an album, so I've checked that out and I get to listen to his old shit too from the past albums, and yeah,
I think it's harder with rap. I like R&B albums.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I could like Miguel or somebody like that. I listen to that shit all the way through.
That's true.
But like hip hop, man,
That's
what
if
I
you can
don't
listen to it
understand.
all the way through, it makes it so much better.
This is the thing though, but like how it's hard to get in that minds, and there's not a lot of albums out there, especially hip hop, that you can listen to all the way through without skipping a few.
Man, I can't even. I'm trying to think of the last one I've done that to where I like.
I think
literally
the rappers,
fucked with every song, or like
I would say for
99%
me,
of the songs.
I would say for me is J. Cole, a few of his albums, and everything that Kendrick Lamar has put out. And it's not even that like I won't even like every song, but I won't skip it. Like it just all flows together as like a piece.
Dirty Heads Dessert is like that for me.
Yeah.
Like there's definitely some artists out there that have.
That 50 Cent joint was the one for me, man. Back in that was the first one.
Oh
I
yeah,
was
Get
like,
Rich or Die Trying.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah. But it's like it's hard to keep one vibe. Like I did that with my album that I'm working on. I started off as gonna be EP. I was gonna do 5 songs. They all sound the same.
Yeah, if you can get it that concise, that'll work.
Yeah, and then I was like, well, let me add some more, and I added more, and I got it up to 10, but they weren't as all on the same wavelength at this point. Now I'm up to like 16 songs, and now I got like pop songs, I got hip hop bangers, I got some choppy shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like I love all these styles of music. It's hard to make an album that's all one style, and I think that's really
is that? That's the style I like. That's what I like. That's why my Dirty Heads are some of my favorite, because you look them up and it's like 13 different genres and they mixing it through it all. True. One's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hip hop. The next one they're gonna be singing blues and picking a guitar and just sitting around in a circle doing that kind of beachy thing, and then they got the ska, the reggae. You can do different stuff.
I'll have to listen to it, but
so you're saying don't make it cohesive, just
right, because that's what it sounds like.
Throw some paint at the wall.
You can. I definitely. I respect the people that do albums that have a theme or a one kind of thing. That's fine too if that's what you're going for. But you don't have to restrict yourself to that nowadays.
But I think those are the ones that will be considered classic albums.
Yeah, because I like listening to the different stuff and different moods.
Unless you're Drake.
Yeah, see, I'm different, man.
He does
That's why I
whatever
like
the fuck
the
he
Wu-Tang
wants.
album
Yeah,
right
he
now.
does.
It's just
Hello,
hard
I
beats
need
and
a one
rappers.
day.
Right, but it's all around the same like.
And then
And
come
that's
back
what
with
I
mob
like.
time.
Right.
Hold up.
What
I
are you?
don't want people to
Hardly
sing. I want
replay,
to hear
that's Rihanna.
good rap and good beats.
Yeah.
Right.
And
See-
I don't have to deal with all the other bullshit.
See, and then like, but there's a lot of artists out there that are over here, they're over there, they're over here, they're over there. They like to sing, they like to do this genre. I like to dip into every fucking genre. Like I just love
Amen.
music
That's
in
fine.
general.
Yeah, I like all that.
So it's-
Besides country.
It's hard for me
What's
to.
wrong with country?
Fuck that shit. They be ruining R&B
He
songs.
said, "Fuck that shit."
Damn.
They be ruining
Fuck 12,
music.
fuck 12.
Yeah, I grew up out there. Carolina, you know, every other car is a redneck truck with a fucking rebel flag and a
Most
POW flag on each side, and it's like, and they're half of them are blaring
knew I
Lil
should've
Wayne,
drank.
but the other half, like that's all you. I heard
But-
a lot of country growing up, and I just got tired. of it.
Always
I can't do the country.
piece of shit bladder.
I think Jelly Roll's a nice little like kind of like
didn't hear that
medium,
song.
like the balance or whatever. He just brought out that
It's dope.
Creature with Tech Nine.
It's
Dude,
dope.
oh man, I love that song, dude, for real. I've been jamming to that for a minute now.
Man,
Who was that?
Now that I-
Jelly Roll, yeah.
Jelly Roll is like an artist that I've heard and I've never just like
Slept on.
I've slept on because I don't think I've ever heard a song by him that I didn't really fuck with. You know what I'm saying? But for some reason, I still don't ever go check out his catalog.
See, I just started doing it from YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Just going down the rabbit hole and stuff. And
Yeah, that's how I found Granada.
I heard one of them, and then I go into him and Little White doing a couple of them, and Little White's my shit too. So, but
Somebody's phone.
Somebody need to turn their phone off. Vibrate, motherfucker.
It's probably Dub. He's a famous one at the table, bro.
No,
Shit,
mine's in my
yeah.
pocket. Mine's
Oh
dying.
shit! Let me talk. I'm talking shit.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was me or not.
Yeah, no, I did check out for about 2 days. I tried to listen to all of the Royce 5'9". I check out the Prime a lot because I'm a big Premier guru.
Man, that
Gangstar, that's like one of my favorite
Yeah.
ones. is
that
Gangstar
freestyle on
rappers, like my top.
what was
Man, I'll tell you what. I haven't told anybody yet, but I listened to this new album. What is it called? The Allegory, I think. I listened to it, man. It's not my favorite Royce album.
I mean, some of it's just. I'm not a gangster, so it's hard to relate.
The rapping is crazy. But I'm just
Absolutely.
the songs to me.
I
It
haven't
just
even heard a lot
it
of
doesn't
them,
have
man.
that replay that he normally kind of does have. It's like the same thing that they say about M. There's like, oh, he's rapping his ass off, but I don't want to hear this again. Like I wouldn't just ride around bumping this.
I was just saying last night to John, I was like, man, from what he's changed so much. You can see. I like it when you see artists change. They start picking up different things. They start using different instruments and and just different. You know, they bring in a whole orchestra of fucking people and to perform one song. I love that shit when they do that.
Right.
But and Eminem, he's changed it up. He's really grown a lot. But when is he gonna release some shit that sounded, you know?
But he said that
not
on
this
Crook's Corner, though,
fast
too.
Battling, like just. Cause I keep hearing all this real fast fucking just.
Have you listened to his whole album?
Hibbity.
Then that's probably why.
Everybody just plays that one shit. I've
Well,
listened
I mean,
to
yeah,
some,
you're
but
listening to what everybody's
It's
playing.
really hard for me to listen to a whole album at once. You
Oh,
know?
is it? But
We
Granada
just talked about that, and actually, you were on the other side talking about, oh, I listen to everybody's
I gotta
whole
listen to the
album.
whole album.
And
man.
then
I did. I listened to the Royce 5'9", a couple of his
you
albums.
pick 1 to
but it
2 to
took,
3
like-
songs.
But for me to sit down and listen to it, I listen to it at work, but I'm sitting there in air compressors, saws, and shit, so I'm not hearing everything they're saying. So a lot of that's just listening to the beat and hearing
He
it.
wants to hear that reggae. Boop, ticka, boop, ticka,
Yeah. Well, I'm at work, so because you work, you do what I do. You get pissed off at some people. You got every now and again. Bob Marley saves somebody. Like Bob Marley saves somebody from catching a couple nails in their heads. Like,
Buffalo Soldier.
Yeah, I'm pretty stingy, man, like with music, because I don't have a lot of time to actually sit back and listen to it, because I'm trying to make music myself,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So it's like, if I'm putting time away just to listen to music, I normally fuck with the shit that I already know I like, you know? So when I
When are y'all gonna put together vinyls, by the way? Because I collect vinyls, and y'all gonna need to do that at least one, so I can have it. Antonio's already got.
Hey
his
man, that
in.
shit's expensive, man.
It is. My brother-in-law spent 170 doing a custom vinyl with different songs on it. He had to buy like the people's permission or whatever to put that shit on. But I got a question: who's y'all's favorite famous rapper and least favorite famous rapper? Who y'all like? Just
what? I'm making throw somebody under the bus.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's
so the heat's off me.
Favorite and least favorite
comedian, you said?
Famous rapper.
Oh yeah, that's next. That's next. I'm sure I'm up there with some of the shit I've said.
I mean, if I for least favorite, I would probably to say it had to be somebody that I've actually heard, because a lot of these guys I have not sat back and listened to. But there's a couple of the littles I don't really fuck with, like Yachty. I don't really like him. I don't really fuck with him.
So you know, like what do they call that? Is that trap or what
not
do they call
Yachty?
that
Not
music?
Yachty. I'm sorry,
The
Uzi.
Humble? Yeah, what is that?
Lil
genre,
Uzi.
bro?
I don't really fuck with Lil Uzi. Like, Yachty, he's got a couple songs.
You like Yachty?
No, I'm not like I ain't Yachty team Yachty over here. I'm just saying Uzi's worse in my opinion.
Just saying, I don't think saying that you don't
Uzi
like
doesn't even
somebody's
rap.
music is
Yeah, but
anything
he's
that can
considered
throw
a
him under
rapper.
the bus.
Yeah.
Millions of they have millions of fans. Obviously, just because I don't like him doesn't mean
Right.
a bunch
I mean,
of
I'm
people
not
like
saying
him.
he's doing something right.
It's absolutely throwing him under the bus. Absolutely, man.
Yeah,
That's just something that you learn, and because interviews. I've done a lot of interviews, and people would ask you those questions, because they know how you feel about it already.
Oh,
And
see, I don't know any beefs. Y'all don't-
Right. But people will set you up for that shit. They know you don't fuck with this type of rapper. So then you say that, and then that's big news, and they use that to spread around their shit so people will listen to their.
Or that helps
Oh, yeah.
themselves.
Yeah,
They want
yeah,
their own
yeah.
image
Well, I don't
of
care if y'all
themselves.
tell Lil Uzi that I don't like him.
I hope they
For
do.
the record,
Yeah.
I don't.
Well,
I'm
that's cool
sorry.
because actually the name of this podcast is rappers throwing other rappers under the bus.
And
Right.
I'll
some
put my
comedians
stamp on
throwing
that. I
other
mean,
rappers under the bus.
But that's fine. Like, I don't think it should be a detriment to whatever
no,
that I don't like
know
them.
that-
None
I
of
know I
them. We
listen
don't
to
all
people,
like everybody.
comedians, and I
That's
like
true
them
how it
better
is.
than that. Or how
But if
that
people
guy
don't
where
like me,
he's at,
shit.
I'm so much better than because I think that every time I turn on mainstream hip hop, I listen to that and I'm like, God, I know locals that are so much better than that. Or I've heard dudes just at a bar freestyling on karaoke that are better than that. How are they famous? Like, doesn't that's got to irritate the piss out of you.
I think it's different when you actually, if it's somebody you don't like, but you actually still working with them, or you still trying to, be in their circles. Yeah, that's shitty, but I'll never fuck with.
Would
Lil
you suck
Uzi,
the
so,
same
no, I
penis
don't
that
like
they
him.
did to get where they're at?
It's like Joe Budden, like when he started dissing Eminem's album or whatever. But I get both sides. If you don't like the album, you don't like
Can
the
you fill
album.
me in on this?
So basically, they asked Joe Budden how he felt about.
How long ago?
It was the Revival
Was this
album.
before the
That's
Joe
where it
Budden
started.
Podcast?
No, he was podcasting heavy. He just wasn't as popular then.
Them Joes in those
Was
podcasts.
this
His
on
podcast
this
wasn't as
podcast,
popular.
or was this on
No, it
something?
started on Complex. On the what was it?
Complex.
What was it called though?
The Everyday
show was called
Struggle?
Everyday Struggle. Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, this is the worst fucking shit I ever heard in my life. And you could have just said that's
He coulda dialed
and then
that back,
You
so.
don't understand why Eminem was mad at you.
That
because,
was a headline.
You're within
quote.
his circle.
Like, that was
you couldn't have just
too
said,
much.
I don't really mess with it.
Yeah.
All right, so it's not really my cup of tea.
Right. Because I can say
Like-
Lil Uzi is fucking garbage, but I
Right.
just said I don't like him.
Right,
Yeah,
you could just say that. You don't gotta be. He was like, "This is the worst
He is
fucking
garbage.
shit."
Well, that's a
I've
little
heard."
more accurate.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
bad Eminem album is still better than a lot of new shit. You
A
hear.
lot of shit that he's heard.
The
is
Yeah,
worst
yeah.
probably fucking
Yeah.
track that Eminem wrote fucked up on a
This guy.
shitter
Was on
stall.
Brad.
Is probably better than any of these mumble rappers. All right.
Yeah.
You know?
All right, let's go back because Brad asked. I think Brad asked you guys a question, and then he kind of took it over. Like, what was your question? You asked him.
Who's what?
You asked them what
Least
was their
favorite
favorite
and
and
most
least
favorite.
favorite rapper,
Yeah.
and then you.
I said Lil Uzi for my least.
What's your most favorite?
My most favorite famous rapper. Oh man.
That's hard, man.
Yeah, it is. Oh man. I'm trying to think. Should I give somebody longevity credit? Is
Right.
it right
How about
now
you just-
favorite?
How about
Like,
you just
Right.
there's
name
so many
like,
ways
this
I can
week.
answer that.
who are
you
you
know?
messing with right now? You know what I'm saying? Because that
Yeah,
way you
who-
ain't got to be like, oh, Tupac.
Well, right now I'm
Or your
personally.
Mount Rushmore, as we did
Or
on
you get in
episode
your
2.
car right now. What are you gonna go listen to on your way home? What are you feeling right now?
It depends. If I actually turn my phone on and Bluetooth, then I'll find something on Spotify. But if I don't, I only have Kip John Doe's CD in my fucking.
Yeah.
So I'll probably listen to that until I get to a song I don't like. Or my Spotify though, it's probably gonna be Big Sean, Lil Wayne. I've been listening to the new kid, Roddy. He's just very catchy.
Roddy?
Yeah, Roddy Rich. He's got the box song that's viral as fuck. Damn.
That's my problem, man. I don't listen to any like really newer people, man. To be like, I don't fuck with them.
Yeah.
I had to just like.
That's part of my problem too, though. Like I only sprinkle in a new guy here and there every once in a while.
Right.
Lil Wayne's been around for 30 years.
I just had to be over here and be like,
of course I know.
because everybody says he raps off beat.
I don't like him. Never have. I think he's the one that's created these mumble rappers to start. He used to pave the road for them motherfuckers. But
that's a fact.
Like I said, millions of people.
But none of them rap as good as him.
Awards. He's one of the biggest and most famous. So who the fuck am I to to millions of you got millions of followers. You're one of the top. One of the looked at as one of the greats. So. Just because I don't like him doesn't fucking mean anything. You know?
I am such a hypocrite because I agree with you right now. But back when I was just coming out of high school, that was
all.
The Carter. Yeah, I know that's all.
That's how it is, man.
Metaphors were just so fucking good at the time.
In 2000, you couldn't tell me shit bad about Ja Rule. Like, don't even come to like you want to say something negative.
Only for the rule, baby.
Don't even look like you want to say something negative about Ja Rule. Like, we about to fight up in this motherfucker.
Is Lil Wayne the new Ja Rule?
What's up?
Is Lil Wayne the new Ja Rule?
The new old Ja Rule.
The new old Ja Rule.
Lil Wayne
He just looks
he's
old.
washed now, but he had a nice run where I fucked with him real hard.
I couldn't throw bottom.
And now,
see, when I see him on something like a video and stuff, I look at him. I'm like, man, I gotta stop doing drugs.
I'll tell you top quote unquote famous rappers I F with. First off, we're gonna just throw Method Man out there.
Yes, sir.
First and foremost, all right. And now we'll get to some lesser knowns. Boogie, man, Antonio turned me on to Boogie.
Yeah.
West Coast Boogie, that dude's fly as hell, dude. I love like everything that dude's putting out. I don't think I've crossed one song that I'm just like shit's whack. Like it's all fire. That and I mean A$AP Rock, man. I don't know what it is. I F with A$AP Rock so much, and that was like one of those rappers.
Big back in like
2008,
2008, 2010.
he's not even
like,
huge anymore.
No,
Yeah,
like I used to hear that people were like going to. All
and this
kinds
person
of
is
festivals.
different from A$AP Rocky.
Yeah. This
Okay.
is a white guy from New York.
Wait, A$AP Rock?
A$AP Rock.
A$AP?
Rock.
Yeah, AESOP. A$AP Rock.
That was a big
Kind of
one
like
on the East
A$AP
Coast.
Rock.
Yeah, he would put on a lot of shit out there and like on the East Coast, like festivals and shit. And
Yeah.
There's a lot of festivals.
And dude, when I first heard him, I think it was like None Shall Pass. I was like, I don't like this. I was like, there's too much going on.
Yeah.
Like, but it wasn't until like I went back, re-listened for like the 5th time that I started breaking stuff down, man. Like, and it's like
I
he's
really
got
like St.
intelligent
John.
lines.
He's like a newer act that's like, I don't know, man. I listen to a lot of trap shit, though.
Okay.
Did you get to
Jeff?
your least favorite, Dub?
No, I said I don't really F with a lot of like newer cats. I don't really, like I said,
It
I
doesn't have
just
to be newer.
It doesn't
like,
be
you
newer.
got-
Just
who was somebody
your
that
least-
was like
your least
got that
favorite
you
rapper
think got
that's been
over
partying?
fucking too much that was overrated?
man, there's so many.
Eminem. That's what he was about to say. That's what he was about to say.
Shit.
Jeff,
about
what you
you,
got?
Me? I mean, obviously I listen to a lot of Tech Nine, a lot of strange music stuff like that, Seth's Crew and all those kind of
Billie
guys.
Eilish.
But I fucks with Billie Eilish. I'll stand by that.
Strange.
I'll stand by that.
She is strange, but
Hey,
I fucks with her.
She's something else. But
Billy. My old lady likes that shit. I tried. I checked out a lot of her shit, but it seemed like the whole time I was just waiting for her to wail. She's got that voice. I guess like she's getting ready to lead up. And
Yeah.
just
She can wail, though,
go,
too.
let
She can
loose and start wailing like a Whitney, and it
she
never
can wail though
happened.
too. I'm telling you, she can wail.
Yeah, because
Her
she's
acoustic stuff is
She's too
way
famous
better.
about it.
So who we got? Tech Nine.
Blimes, was that Blimes Brixton?
Blimes
Oh,
Brixton?
that white girl?
Blind,
from
yeah,
New
the
York?
white girl, yeah, man.
You
She
showed me
does
onto
that.
that, and I'm
And the
on that.
the
You know who put her on as well? Method Man.
Yeah, that song with Method Man is crazy.
Cow.
That's a good fucking
It's
song. dude.
crazy.
They
You
put
should
my
check
nuts
that
on the
out.
table, just my
That's
nuts. And they mash them shits when I make smoke.
But,
What about your least favorite?
least favorite.
You know, some
Probably
shade out
the
there.
same thing.
Put them trees out.
The same thing. Just the mumble rappers. Any of those.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Everybody
why I
tells me Blueface.
That's why I fuck
But
with
who is a mumble rapper right now? Who is a mumble
Lil
rapper?
Pump.
Okay.
Is he
you know
still
what I'm
alive?
saying?
Anybody with a little.
Lil Pump's
No,
dead.
Little Peep, I think is dead.
Yeah, Lil
Oh,
Peep
okay.
was dead.
All right. Well,
Lil
it's
Pump,
very
I think, is
similar.
still
What
alive.
about the one that went to the hospital for eating too many
But like he
flaming
said,
hot
yeah,
Cheetos and shit?
Is that Lil Xan?
Yeah.
I think it was
Yeah,
Lil
Xan.
Xan.
I think he lived through that. I think
Did
he
he?
put
did,
through
he
that.
did.
That's
Hey, but another
Hey,
Dangerously
Yo,
teasing.
That's unfortunate.
It's
trying
not
to
a
take
joke.
Rob's
He went
spot
to
over
the
here.
Yeah,
That was a Rob comment
Y'all
right
want to
there.
come see some shit? Come to my con.
All right, I got a question. This should be a little bit easier, but
Uh-oh.
all right. So let's break it down to locally. Smiley, this might be harder for you.
Wait, are you,
Let's start with Jeff.
Wait, who do we like locally? And
Yeah, no,
dislike?
we're not gonna say
Oh,
dislike.
all right.
No, we're not doing that. We're
I was
not.
about to say, hold on, let me bust this list out, y'all.
Actually, I'm on the track for that.
I don't even rap, sir.
First of all, ATG, fuck him.
So let me tell all you motherfuckers how I really feel.
All right, Jeff, who you fucking with? Who you think's dope locally?
Altazy.
No, you motherfucker. I was
Right
gonna
off the
say
bat, man.
Altazy.
Right off the bat, man. I got it in my car right now. So
Alright.
even though the car is getting fixed by John right now, but
Hey.
it's in there. So if you want to listen to something dope, it's in
Yeah,
there. Man.
hey,
I'll make sure to turn on the
Altazy.
radio when I pull your transmission
That's what I'm
apart.
saying.
How do you spell that?
Altazy is amazing.
Altazyzie.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yep. Altazy's dope as hell. Right off the bat, trying to go through.
Y'all fucks with
my head.
Scrub, don't you? I like
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
Scrub's
Scrub's
crazy.
Scrub's dope.
Scrub is
That's the
definitely a top tier of Scrubs. Scrub might
Professional,
be
too.
He
Yeah, super
might be
professional. Super
maybe my favorite flow wise rapper at locally wise is Scrub. Oh damn. I don't know, man.
All right, man. I got two right off top, man. Kill 'em all, man.
Kill 'em
and
all?
Buzzkill.
Oh,
Killing
Q,
Ish.
man. Hell yeah.
And dude, Damon too, man. Like that dude. Damon be killing this. I
Yeah,
really
man.
like that guy.
He was letting me have it online the other day, boy. And I was talking about mumble rappers. He was like, "Hey, man, you know what I mean? He let me have it." I mean, I definitely understand. He's just like saying, to each their own and everything. You know what I'm saying? And just because, and I know that this is true. He said this. He was like, just because they're mumbling doesn't mean that they can't come with bars. And I know that for a fact. I've heard some mumbling rappers actually come with crazy bars, and I'm like, why don't you do that all the time?
Why are they selling
And it's
them
just
for
not their
sure?
thing, though. It's just
Because
not
they know
their
where their
thing.
money's at. That's it. Like, they know
It's
who
not-
there is a group
get
of
that niche.
people.
It's not their thing.
You
Freaking
know,
the game,
they're
man.
People
That's
that like
all
they
it
don't
is.
care. They're like,
But,
yeah, but listen to that beat. You know, that shit goes hard. Is what I've always heard when I was working in a restaurant. These kids in the back that did the dishes said that. I was like, why don't y'all check out this dude or this dude? And they're like, this shit, these dudes goes hard, man.
They've been making hard beats since the 80s.
Yeah, and my point,
Actually, I mean, no, the beats have gotten better.
if the
I'ma
beats,
Way
say that
better.
for
if
sure.
it's the beats,
The beats
then
have gotten better,
why
bro.
are we looking
Listen
at the
to-
Way
artist?
better.
Why are we
Listen to
looking
You're
at
not
the
hear my
producer?
favorite album I was talking about earlier.
All right, so Dr. Dre. Let's talk about
Fuck
Dr.
with
Dre.
me.
I'm with you on this, John. The beats,
Listen
the
to-
beats have
I bring the
divulged.
ruckus.
Okay, that might be.
What-
I mean,
I protect
What's-
my neck.
yeah, what-
I'll
What
protect my
sample
neck.
beats die, bro?
Wu-Tang ain't nothing to
Wow.
fuck
Go
with.
back and listen to the beats on the Slim Shady LP and tell me the motherfuckers ain't trash.
Those are
Those beats are trash.
Marshall Mathers LP.
The Slim Shady LP is what I said.
Well,
Like they're trash.
that's off Marshall Mathers LP.
But his
is it?
flow,
Fucking I'm Slim Shady.
but his
My
some
bad.
of them
all of the
I'll
non-hits
say
on
it.
that album, fucking Dr. Dre was in his. He was making some fucking good ass beats there.
Yeah.
Dre do,
Honestly,
Dre do make some of that.
No,
Hell yeah.
he did.
he did. I don't know
I still won't cry.
if y'all didn't know. Like Eminem has been doing a lot of his own and producing other
He's been
people's
producing
shit.
ever since his like third or fourth album.
And some big bangers for not even
Yes.
himself, but for other people. All his biggest hits came from his own production, which is wild. But like, my bad. I completely took it away. You said Kill 'Em All. You said Q, Damon.
Yeah, Q, Buzzkill, Damon, man, that's people killing. I mean, Buzzkill's a producer.
Producer.
But,
I was gonna say, is he spitting now?
I mean, I don't know if Tigger know that or I don't know if that's local. I mean, I know Calvin was local, but
Oh yeah.
I think
He's
Nolan's from Ohio.
Oh, probably. But I
Yeah.
mean, shit. That's
And
people
Ill
from
Children
around
too. Like that's
I
that's
thought
an
it was Tiger
Ohio-based-
Nolo. I thought it was Tiger Nolo.
I think it is. That's probably me fucking it up.
He's my favorite. I don't know what he's called, but I really like
Hey,
him.
I honestly, I think I recall like Calvin corrected me about 10 times that it's Tiger, but I still say Tigre. I don't know, man.
It's spelled Tigre.
Hey, just take your fucking shout out, bro.
he just threw something across the room. This motherfucker. Hey, Smiley, who you got?
Yeah, I
Locally,
fuck with Smiley. Yeah. Smiley's dope.
Wait, first, why did you say it was gonna be hard for me?
What? Because I feel like y'all don't see you at a lot of shows, man.
That's true. Okay, I just wanted to clarify why he thought it was gonna be hard for me. Really, man, the only people that I fuck with that are like local are people that I actually came up with. So obviously, you guys, Bodine, I went to school with him.
Bodine's
But
fire.
also, motherfuckers like I got introduced to just first meeting them doing their shit on stage. Like there's a couple people like Altazy he mentioned, Louis McDon, what's the kid's name? Fuck. That dude Tono, he's like super intellectual, man. He was blowing my mind the other day. I was talking to him while we were after we got off the stage at my last show. He started spitting. He was just dude's way too smart. So I've been listening to him a little bit lately.
What was his name?
Tono.
Yeah.
Okay.
And a couple other people.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and I know this isn't my interview, but I'm gonna throw out some locals too. Yeah, but first of all, Egan's Rats, if y'all don't know. Dub,
Yes.
Jeff, Gorilla J.
Yeah,
Smiley,
Jeff.
Smiley
One of my
Boy.
picks.
Yeah, good. That's what I thought you said.
No. I really
Just
do
wait for
like
that
the
for an
Egan
hour.
Rats because
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
different. I hear a lot of the same stuff, and you guys are different.
I'll wait till you hear this album.
Hey, it's cold.
It's gonna be different.
It's like it's gonna be more of a, I guess, kind of beating your head up against the wall because you're creating your own sound.
Right.
But that's what that's why I like such crazy fucking. You go through my Spotify, and it's like, dude,
You're
this
gonna
guy
get crazy out of this album. You're gonna get crazy
Right.
out of this album.
I would say
And that's what I
definitely
fucks with.
these three guys right here are my favorite local artists. Not even just because of we came up together, but honestly, like it was a reason why we fuck with each other now. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Well, there's a reason they're here right now. Too,
right. I
like,
heard them rapping and doing their thing, and I was like, yo, these fucking dudes are dope.
Yeah.
So like right off the bat, and then like Altazy
Altazy's
so dope.
He's
Man,
super sick kid.
I just now got on to Nando STL. That
Dude,
dude's
I'm sleeping too, man.
that
I
dude's
bumped a
bananas.
couple. He is, man. He
Yeah.
is bananas, man. I'm pretty hype about Bamboo, actually.
Haiku,
Yeah,
Bodine,
Haiku Unsung Hero, Bodine.
like Scrub,
Like we were saying, Fredo,
Dude,
Fredo, Brandon
Fredo, man,
Squires,
Chef Jeff.
Brandon
Like,
Hey, I'll
Squires.
throw it
You know
out
what
too,
I'm
man.
saying?
T-Dubbo, man, he's been dropping some hot ass bangers
Yeah.
lately, man. He kind of gets a little bit more political for my liking, but
Right.
you know,
Who is that then? I like
T-Dubbo, man. He
See,
does.
Who is that? I
He
want.
I'm a big Immortal Technique.
Fuck
fan, right?
Obama.
Well, see, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He addresses a lot of like real
Definitely.
current
Like,
St. Louis
Immortal
issues,
is my
bro.
shit, so I like
that's
that.
what's
Immortal's
cool
the
about
shit.
it. Like he's addressing St. Louis
You might
issues.
like Tono
so.
then, because he's
Yeah.
one of those.
What was
like I
that
said,
name one more
he's
time?
T-Dubbo.
very intellectual
I like,
ass motherfucker.
I like. Well, if you're talking about political shit,
Too smart ass nigga.
I'm gonna say Tef Poe.
Tough Poe,
Tef Poe
definitely
is
very
local
political.
legend. You
Him
know what I'm
and
saying?
him and his brother Black Spade.
I got
man,
like
race-
2 years worth of
T-Dubbo
artists to
was
check
a-
out now.
I don't know.
The West
Wait,
Coast
who's his
I
brother?
am.
Black Spade.
I'll tell you what, I've been sleeping on T-Dubbo because I haven't really heard anything that really stood out to me. But when I saw his battles on YouTube, I was like, yo, this dude is bananas. He's crazy. He's definitely a top tier lyricist.
Right.
He went up against DNA. And like, I mean, DNA won for sure, but just like the he stood toe to toe with DNA.
But
man.
DNA is a
And that's
seasoned
crazy.
vet, dude.
Right,
It's like,
right.
I mean,
And he
he's
was
going up against dudes
he
like
was
Disaster.
going.
man.
It wasn't no easy win for DNA. You know what I'm saying? Like, which I'm
right.
sure he thought it was gonna be. But like one thing that DNA like hit him with that really stood out with me was like one of his lines. He goes, he's like, so you be like political and shit, but also you're in a gang. Like you be cripping. Like he's like, so when you be in the board meetings, you be like, yo, we gotta land. Oh, what he say? He's like, we gotta stand for those rights. He said, then you be at home with the boys, be like, we gotta land those rights. like basically saying that he was like confused on like which side, like what are you political or you doing this? Because you know what I'm saying. But either way, man, dude is a top tier lyricist. Fucking bars out like crazy. Like yeah, Bodine, I said already. Haiku.
Nickman and Artifact.
Nick.
bro.
Oh man,
Nickman
yeah.
and Artifact.
Forgot about those.
I mean,
dudes.
actually, all of Doorway, man.
Definitely
I
Nick
fucks
for
with
sure.
Common
Nick be
Jones.
killing
I like
that
them
shit.
dudes.
Yeah, Common
Oh,
Jones.
yeah.
Common Jones is my shit.
Oh, Peanut for sure,
Steve
man.
Woods.
Come on now.
All right, my bad. I've been slacking. All right, I want to say probably top tier in my local rappers right now. Accurate, bro. Accurate.
Absolutely.
Accurate. That dude.
Running out of room on my page.
He's been blowing my mind lately, dude. And I watched one of his like kind of like spoken word open mics the other day. Wow, man.
See, that's what I really
wow.
I dig the artists that can go in there and they'll do more of a poetry. Like they'll just
It is
shut
dude, it
everything
just,
down and a spotlight comes on.
just deaf poetry, no beat, bro. He just right there
There's
spoken
a-
word. And
Trevor
it, dude,
Hall does a lot of that.
it gave me goosebumps, man. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like
that's what you get. You're like,
I had to contemplate. It's like, damn, how long's it been since like a rhyme, like a lyricist gave me goosebumps like this, dude? Accurate, bro. Go check that mug out.
Hell yeah.
That's my. And he comes over to the crib parties too, man. So he's a super chill guy. Like,
Yeah.
he's not only
does
like
he
a
party?
yeah.
Nobody said anything about no bands. What bands y'all fucking with locally?
Well, somebody said Common Jones.
Yeah, he said Common Jones.
Yeah.
Common Jones.
Many Colored Death.
Many
Many
Colored
Colored
Death.
Death, bro.
100%.
Yeah.
I effing love the
Shout out to
Many
Tree
Colored Death,
14.
man. And they're-
Yeah.
Tree on 4 all day.
314 all day, dude. Milla Beats is the man.
He is
I love
really
that
the
guy.
man, dude.
That
He
dude slipped
he's
love
those
that
dude.
guy.
the other day, dude.
I fucks with
And hey,
And that rap?
yeah,
that
I was
rap?
about to say, dude, Milla Beats kicked us a rap this Friday.
Holy
he was
shit.
just like, yeah, like I didn't put this out, like this
Yeah,
is just a
yeah.
little pre-written.
He's
Dude,
all
blew
good.
my mind. I was like, I didn't know you rap.
It was like a full song that he put together. He's like, yeah, I'm just gonna just spit you a little bit and then put together a whole
Dude,
track.
and it was bars. Like, it wasn't like I'm just over here trying to be nice because I at the dude's house for a podcast and he's
Right.
giving us homebrews. Like, nah, dude, it was bars. I was like shocked.
Okay.
I fucks with Fast as Sheep.
Yeah, Fast as Sheep.
You see the lead singer of them do songs with Common
Yeah,
Jones
Chris.
too, which is why
Yeah. Pogo.
Chris, my homeboy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Pogo Funk.
Yeah. He's a homie, man, for sure.
They're
Dude,
good
I
too.
actually went to school with their guitarist, man.
Oh, the dude that reminds you of Tom Morello with all them fucking equipment on the ground on
Right.
Fast as Sheep? Is
Pretty
that who
sure
you're
you're
talking
talking
about?
about Eric, yeah.
Yeah, Eric.
Yeah. We called him Rupert, man. So
Man,
so-
watching him live it's a trip.
He's a talented
man.
cat,
It's
man.
cool.
He's a talented cat.
Fivefold.
Fivefold, man.
That's
They're
my
coming
favorite.
back.
Say,
They're back,
I was-
baby.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
my
yeah.
favorite, man. That's
Hey,
my
those
favorite
young
local
guys,
band,
uh,
other than obviously
they-
discrepancies
what are they
and all that
called?
shit.
Bleach.
Word.
Is
I
it
was
Bleach?
say, I think it's dead format.
Dead format?
No,
Okay.
That format's
But
dope.
Bleach
Bleach.
too, though.
That
Yeah.
kid's
Bleach
got
too,
some
though.
soul, man. Like the dude from Dead Format.
Bleach is,
I like
Bleach
that.
is crazy how young they are and how
It's
talented they
crazy.
are.
Maybe it
man.
was
Can't even smoke
Bleach.
cigarettes yet.
Bleach.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
three
one of
pieces.
those
Three
two.
piece with just like it looked like three
Like high school
17-year-old
cats.
kids.
100%.
Bro.
Bleach, bro. It's
Yes.
sick.
It had to be that. No, it was Dead Format.
Dead format is dope
Fast
too.
Sheep. Right
No, I'm ready for
It
this
just sounded like
Fivefold to come
Stevie Ray
back,
Vaughan
though,
to me.
man.
Fast
I'm
up.
ready
But
for
Fivefold,
Hey.
yeah, man.
I'm
When I
ready
saw
for
that,
my
I was like, oh
money
yeah,
back.
let's go, baby. I immediately slid into DMs. I was like,
got
it's about to go down.
Yeah.
I was like, save me some tickets up in this bitch.
It's just like, are you guys gonna get back
immediately
together or
said
stay together? Just stay together, okay? Just go ahead and stay together because
Yeah.
y'all make the best fucking music.
they
hands
dope,
down,
man.
dude.
They so dope.
Killer.
That's gonna be their biggest
Hashtag
challenge. is
love
just
hard,
keeping it
y'all.
you know how much bands go through. You know,
Yeah, man,
The
it's
hardest part is
100%.
keeping them all together.
Oh, there's a
that's gonna
bit-
be their
well,
biggest challenge.
Yeah, I mean that's been a big thing in their storyline and everything.
Man,
but
and I don't know if they got a name, man, but dude, that band Scrub plays with, bro, and Teresa Payne.
Oh yeah.
They got
What is the name of
got
that?
Bam Bam on the drums. They got Tank Hughes on the trombone. They played with us at Grove Fest.
Yeah, I know.
Dude,
I
that
thought
band
they would-
is
they thought they did have a name.
cold, bro. So cold.
Yeah, they're good.
Did we
That
talk-
that song Crown Teresa Payne put out with who's that? Misha Aloha, I think it was.
I don't know.
Have you heard that Crown yet? Dude, man, blew my. That was another one where I was like, dude, I got some straight goosebumps right now from this
Man,
just jam.
St. Louis has so much talent, man. We're getting sleeped on.
But see,
bro.
like I feel like Teresa Payne and them though, like that's like this weird, like almost like R&B pop niche. I don't know, man. It's soul, like
yeah.
and they bring the horns and the live drums into it, and then she starts belting out. I'm just like, dude, this is that slept on talent right
Yeah.
here. Like this should be fucking international.
I know I'm probably alone with this, but if you fuck with any type of pop music, Taylor James is fucking dope.
You know what, man? I don't really fuck with pop music, you know I don't, but Taylor James is dope, man.
That
I've seen him
kid's-
perform at your album movie.
And he's a dope producer too. Like he makes his own beats and everything. And that kid's talented as fuck. I like the Wild and Free on that same level.
Wild and Free.
I like
See that show at Diamond, dude? They had that shit packed out, man.
yeah. New Lingo. I like what was I gonna say? Man, probably my favorite band of all time here. And I'm a little Apollo's daughter, man.
Dude, Apollo's daughter is sick.
Like I just like watching them.
She's
Get down.
crazy.
Shoot,
I'm Apollo's dad, though.
This dude here.
All right,
That comes out of the pisser for the fourth time.
That's for all four of you.
He's Apollo's
A
dad.
battle. Out of a battle, who do you pick? You, Jeff, Dub, Tony. On it. Question goes for each of you.
I love how we called Jeff
Wait,
by
what?
Jeff and not Gorilla J.
I thought you
Hey, you grab him.
I knew that would happen after a few beers.
Okay, so there's a couple questions.
So wait,
It depends.
Is this a 4-way battle?
Yeah, what is going on here?
Who do you out of?
Is this a
Do you
tournament?
think you take it or who's the
Who's
best?
the-
Who would win in a
Freestyle.
battle out of all?
Dude, I am putting my money on me all
Okay.
day, man.
I
Fuck
would
all
agree,
you
though.
cats, cuz.
Hey,
I'm
hey,
standing up.
I'm gonna roast your ass, man.
Hey, let's do this.
Fuck all y'all,
Man,
cuz.
you don't even.
Let's
Get
do
the
this.
beat. All right, hang on. Let me get a beat.
Freestyle, I'll probably lose every single battle. I am not a freestyle.
All I'm gonna say is I've been in a battle with 2 out of these 3 people.
Hey, you never got to me there.
And I walked away with $100. You shut your fucking mouth.
Those compliment battles?
We did.
No, I was talking about the
some fast battles.
They did straight up battles. I made them battle each other. And,
Yeah, you guys did it on my back porch probably.
Hey.
Fucking 3 different
No, I
times.
couldn't get past Larry over here.
But it
so-
wasn't freestyle. It was written. So like, if you want to technically go with it, like Smiley went up against Jeff. Smiley took the win. This
On
is
a freestyle?
No.
Pre-written
No, on the pre-written.
battle to a beat.
Pre-written battles.
Was this on one of your
This was at
online
Slumfest.
things?
It was his live version.
Okay.
It was his live version of So You Think You Can Rap.
And that was another thing of like starting to like learn how to like
And
the
I was
battle
supposed to
rap
battle
too.
Travis Spade,
Yeah.
but
You
he
know
had
what I'm
show
saying?
like a bitch.
Yeah,
Yeah, I said don't block it out. I'll say it again, bitch.
But yeah, I
That
think
shit.
freestyle, man. Yeah, I can come up with like 4
How
bars.
quick do you? How much time do you need to prepare for a battle?
Dub needs
See,
to.
that's the
What the-
question.
Like if it's
I'm
a
just
freestyle,
mad,
then you don't
dude.
need no time.
Because those
But if-
Travis Spade bars were ill, man. I was gonna eat his ass.
He
up.
was
Sorry, I
he's
didn't mean to
definitely
cut you.
salty
I was
about
still
it,
over
though.
here salty.
He's
Like I'm
definitely-
reliving him not showing up
This
right
is-
now.
I want to.
So mad.
Like, I want to be cocky and say, if I sat here and wrote a rap, and they wrote a rap, and we were going like face to face, I honestly don't know because it depends on the day. Like, it depends on whatever. Like, I feel like I could take the L. I feel like I could take the W.
I am being cocky. I will say it does. It could be any one of us if it's pre-written for sure.
I've seen
Pre-written is-
Antonio smash him do since middle
rough.
school. I've watched
Because-
it, but so
You know
I've
how I
seen-
know this though? Because like we've all collaborated on songs.
right. So
And like we've all bitten each other's heads off at some point. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So it depends. If you give us a beat
Yeah.
and we both write to it, who knows?
And it
You know what I'm
depends on the
saying?
beat. Like,
It
that's the
depends on
thing.
the beat. If it like
100%.
Especially if you give Antonio the beat a year prior. Let him write to it and then give that shit to me.
And Antonio's got it.
But like man, I don't know. There's some songs where I'm like I'll put like the dopest bars I felt like I could on there, and then I send it off and get my fucking head bit off. Like
Same way with me, man.
Like, it happens. Like it just depends.
But that's the good thing about all of us is that when we do hear, you know what I'm saying, track, like, oh, I gotta get them.
Right.
So it is kind of a battle mentality
Right.
in the same aspect.
This whole Egan's Rats album is Jeff trying to get me.
No,
The next one.
Oh,
That's the name of that's the name of the album.
trying to get Yo, do it. Do that.
Don't worry, I got you. dude.
Hey, but let it be
worry.
known though. That's why I said. That's why I said when I named my favorite people, I named the people at this table first because nobody else can't fuck with me though.
The
Let
first
them
track of
know.
their album is
None of y'all.
It's just gonna be named "Refer to the Podcast."
Second album, Jeff's killing Brad.
First one's fucked up. Second one's fuck Brad. Third one's PTSD.
Night Sweats is the
Night
fourth.
sweats.
Baby is the fifth. Oh, yeah,
Do we just? I think we need to make a podcast album. It's just Jeff on every track.
That's right, baby.
Jeff trying to get me.
Does any of you guys have a favorite comedian?
Dave Chappelle.
Local or?
Excellent question.
Yeah, I would
No,
say
just-
I would
I
say
wouldn't
Dave.
expect you to do the
I'm about to say, in general, man, I'd have to go Dave Chappelle too, man. I feel like that's funniest motherfucker alive.
He's the GOAT, man.
He is the GOAT.
That's too funny.
Did you guys see that shit where he was answering phones for Andrew Yang?
No, I
didn't. And he's talking to the dude and he's like, yo, well, this is comedian Dave Chappelle. And then, like, he goes to get off the phone. He's like, oh, well, thank you. You have a good day. Wu-Tang.
Did you see the one where
I have not said bye since, bro. I say Wu-Tang every time I hang up.
I'm Chris Tucker and I'm Jackie Chan. And Andrew Yang's like, I'm Jackie Chan. And he pulls out the phone. He's like, I'm going to call Chris Tucker, make sure I can hear. Stop saying you're me, Dave.
God damn.
That Andrew Yang, man, I would have voted this time for him.
Yeah, let's not go there,
He's
man.
done, dog.
I lost. I'm losing. That's why I ain't voting, motherfucker.
In 4 more years, UBI will be a thing. His time will come.
Well, already people talking about trying to pull him up as their VP, so. But what the fuck does a VP do besides control the coronavirus?
Just wait for the president to get assassinated. Hey, Jeff, what's your favorite comedian?
I mean, Dave is definitely up there, whatever. I mean, I watch a lot of like the Kill Tony podcast.
Yeah,
so
I'm
Tony
well
Hinchcliffe and all that. Yeah, you already know.
I mean, you
should have been up on there.
You went to the Hinchcliffe?
Yeah, they were at Helium. He did the Kill Tony podcast there. Me and Jeff.
Did you do the minute challenge?
I tried to sign up, but they didn't call my name. They called my buddy JC's name right next to me, and I was jealous the whole time.
And of course, he smashed it and
killed
it.
His 1 minute. And they're like, "Oh, come and feature for him all weekend." I was like, "Oh." Every comedian that watched JC do that was like, "Oh, that could have been me," you know. It's still awesome to see.
Especially me, because I watch it like all the time. So when I was bringing John with me, I was like, "Oh, I got it. I got the gun in the back seat. We good. We good, man. I'm bringing the heat.
I got the strap.
Yeah, I'm bringing it."
He said, "I got the Maddie on the waistband."
That's right.
I would have too. I had my 1 minute set up, dude. I was so pumped.
I'm gonna go to Smiley.
It was still a fun time though.
Yeah, Smiley said, "Dave, you got another one?"
Oh. No, I'm sorry. I got another question.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Who inspired you to do music? Like, what artists early on did you listen to? I want to be a part of this.
You talking about rap?
Whatever.
Well, I mean, before I ever started rapping, I used to want to be an R&B singer. Like, if anybody inspired me to do music in general, it was probably like, you know, one of those I'm saying old school, but old school for us, like, like Jagged Edge. I wanted to be in an R&B group, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to be,
with a party.
Yeah, I want to be with the 5 heartbeats and shit. Like, that's
right.
But when I really started listening to rap,
where the party at? And all the girls. Where the party
probably
at?
T.I., man. Like, I listened to a lot of Tip when I was young. Like T.I., yeah. I'm from the South, so he was very dominant on the radio down there, and that's how we got all our music. Ludacris, Ludacris, oh my God, South Carolina.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I already knew that, and I didn't.
Yeah, Ludacris, T.I., any of those, you know, Southern artists from like the early 2000s.
Yeah.
I used to love G Unit, man, when they first came out. Like that. G Unit first came out, I was like, I'm gonna start rapping now, dog. These niggas can do it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm on this now.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I slept on G Unit because when they first came out, it was a big thing. I didn't trip off of them, but I just like last year revisited.
Oh, they had some tracks, dog.
Yo, they had some
tracks, dog. Straight up. Of course, a Young Buck fan because he was the Southern guy, so it was like, damn it. He's
was that Ride With Me, man?
Shorty wanna ride with me.
Yeah.
That was a banger, bro. That song was everywhere when it came out, man.
I still play that every once in a while.
Young Buck was fucking everywhere.
We can get low.
I mean, I gotta agree with Smiley on that, man, because being from Atlanta, a lot of Southern artists, man, Outkast, T.I. was definitely paving ways, Ludacris, man.
So I was in the South, but I got more into that New York, East Coast, like, the Ghostface and the Gang Stars and the Big L's and all that. But they were definitely on the radio. Like Tip was.
You like Ghostface Killer?
You was on the. You
would love Wu-Tang.
You were. You were on the coast.
Oh, you like Ghost?
Yeah. So you got a lot of like coastal music.
Every fucking anybody that sold a grandma weed on the beach.
Right. Listen to
the New York rapper.
Right.
That's funny. Like on the what is that? That infamous award show where Suge Knight gets up there and he was like, "You don't like your producer, all up in the video, all dancing around, all this blah blah blah." You're the big East Coast, West Coast shit.
Come to
you know what I'm saying?
Row.
Come to death row. But like all that was in focus was the East Coast and the West Coast, and it was like the Death Row had this huge intro, and then Bad Boy did their thing. That's what it was tailored around. But Outkast won an award, and when they went up on stage, the whole crowd started booing them and shit because it was all East Coast, West Coast. Nobody gave a fuck about the South.
Right.
And and he just calmly they took their award, and like the last thing Andre says is the South got something to say. You know what I'm saying? As they took their award and politely went back to their seats. Right. And then after that, the South just fucking...
Atlanta became the Mecca.
Atlanta became the fucking Mecca after
that. The Mecca of hip-hop.
You just start shitting on the West, everybody, man. Like, to this day, still the South is running the music right now.
Killing it.
Like,
see, we don't have G Unit. We have J Unit, and the J stands for Jermaine Dupri.
Y'all so it's fucking, what is that? Chris Tucker talking about some him, Jermaine Dupri, and Tony Braxton get an apartment together. You're fucking stupid. Jeff, who inspired you to get into music? 3-6 Mafia.
Got my ass. No, but for real, man. That was definitely probably the main one.
See, I hated 3-6 Mafia.
So did I. I'm sorry for that, man, because
fuck, I didn't know.
But not even.
It was very prominent where I'm from.
Now I see why they're fighting all the time.
Yeah, bro.
But not even the best. But not even saying like they're the best lyricists or best anything. That was my first introduction.
Right.
Like really
That was your Ja
hardcore. Yeah, exactly. That was the job. It's going
That
through
was
it.
your
though.
job.
That was your master.
There's nobody else like Ja Rule.
Hey, Master P.
You were the
too.
only one that
my
liked
brother Zach was really into the
He
3-6.
said no one else
And
liked
he was always
it.
listening to it, but he only
No
listened
one
to the
else
songs
liked
that were on
it.
the radio. So it was like, Jack, we live in Shangri-La. We're not riding spinners, bro. It's like,
Yeah, right. I got these hubcaps.
But no, I've listened to a couple things since I've gotten older that I didn't know it was 3-6 Mafia until I looked at the.
Can I
phone and shit.
add
It was like,
Chameleonaire real quick? Just
Oh my
I really wanted to be Chameleonaire for a while.
So I was saying
Yeah,
360. You're looking at me
flow.
crazy, and then you come up with a chameleon.
Just hat.
He's just
Well,
like one of the
Dub's coming in
rappers
with
that would
vanilla.
sing, but not really sing. He was just like, he was like a melodic flow
definitely.
without
melodic.
actually
Yeah,
singing.
very melodic.
Yeah.
Who else you got besides 3-6?
Very melodic, baby.
Honestly, like Pastor Troy. You know what I'm saying? Pastor
I
Troy
did
back
fuck
in
with
the
Pastor
day.
Troy now.
That was definitely
I can get
another
down
one.
with the pastor.
Any kind of like, you know what I'm saying, real dirty kind
What
of
about
grimy
Petey
stuff
Pablo?
like that. Not really Petey Pablo.
He
I
only
mean,
had 2 songs that I really knew.
you know, take your shirt off.
No, dude. Brad got me on the Petey Pablo when I was back in the day, man.
What's that? Is that song in North Carolina?
No, dude, listen to his album though, man. It's
no, he's
bangers
got some shit.
all the way.
I always forget Petey Pablo did
Take
North
your shirt
Carolina. I always forget he did.
What about Trick though?
Trick
Trick Daddy?
Oh, no, Trick. Or
Trick
wait,
Trick or
wait,
Trick
Daddy?
Daddy?
Trick Daddy.
Trick
Oh,
Daddy, that's another one.
fuck
Definitely.
Trick
That was
Trick.
one
I
of
fuck
my
with
favorites.
Trick
Couple
Daddy
of
hard, dude.
I think Thug
man.
I like
Holiday
that
was
song he
one
did
of
with
the,
CeeLo.
Just
Got
like-
to stop and let the sunshine in.
That was me singing, if anybody's wondering at home.
As the singing's going while you're talking.
I'm having a great ventriloquist, by the way. Just in case Jeff Dunham's fucking
Jeff
listening.
Dunham.
Yeah, just in case Jeff Dunham is listening.
Jeff Double.
Favorite local comedian, Jeff Dunham. Yeah, because he dubs their voices. That's why his fucking name's Jeff
Because your
Dunham.
name's Dub.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that there's quite a few people out there that would say John Maddie's one of the, as far as favorite locals, because
Fuck
the
off.
competition that they got. I mean, we got Greg Warren, that's funny, but who else really?
Dude,
Who else
there's
has more
so
material?
many.
Because I haven't seen him. Because I've been going for a while now, for
You don't go to the right
about
places,
6
man.
months, and I've seen the same guys, and they're
Brad's
like,
trying to hype me up right now, and he's wrong. There's people funny.
He's wrong.
John's pretty goddamn funny though. I'll tell you
John's got
that.
some fucking jokes.
And I've
Yeah,
been to
John's
a
got
few of
jokes.
them with it.
John's got
I'm gonna
jokes.
say,
Antonio hasn't seen me in a while, and he used to support me back when I made fun of rappers, and it didn't have anything to do with rappers I really knew. It was just a joke that I like to do.
I better say bullshit, and you've called me out personally on stage numerous times.
What?
He's been like, yeah, you know, and you got that guy still trying to be a rapper.
Yeah, I just say dub
Oh,
all
at
the
least-
time. Yeah.
I'm
At
at
least
the
you
bar
ain't the
trying to enjoy
complete-
my
I don't think
drink.
you've ever worked at McDonald's. Have any of you guys worked at McDonald's?
I've worked at Culver's.
That's not the same.
I did for like a few months.
Oh, that's why
That's terrible.
Antonio got so personal.
Right. Now it comes out.
Hated it.
Now it comes out the woodwork.
Hated it.
Well, I actually I appreciate what Brad said. Thank you.
No, man, I would definitely throw you up on top tier local comedians. I've done a lot of drugs. I mean, been to a lot of local comedy shows. I've seen quite a few, man. I'd definitely put you up there, man. That Grand Theft Auto joke, I still fucking tell that.
That joke's been long gone.
Yeah, and I still tell it to this day, man. That's still one of my favorites.
You still working?
Although, all right, if you want new, man, I love that fucking Gilbert Grape shit, man.
Yeah, that's definitely.
That's my go-to opener because I gotta make. They tell you to make fun of your looks at first to get that out of the way, and that's like the best fucking.
Dude, that kills.
You look at my face, and I just look like fucking Leonardo DiCaprio from Gilbert Grape. You know? It's a given.
Kills, man. I love that.
Keep talking that shit and I'll show you something. Act like you winning and ain't secure nothing. Claim that you know me, but act like I'm